Hey, what's up, everyone? This is going to be a review of ROH Take Center Stage Night 2. Overall, the show was pretty good. It was pretty much just another good show. Not quite as good as the night before. Let me just say this. I think it's kind of tough to run, back-to-back shows in the same arena, especially when the next day you're running, in the afternoon. There's not really a large amount of, there's not really enough of a gap, to recharge your batteries. And it's just I just had a feeling a lot of people were kind of burned out. I was a little bit burned out too, but it was still good stuff. So let's break it down. First match of the night we had. Oh yeah, this is awesome, man. This was definitely the highlight of the first half. Yeah, Kings of Wrestling versus Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Now, personally, I think I would have saved this match for right before intermission. I think the first half would have had a little bit of an easier time. Kind of like that. Kind of like that final battle. Like the same problem pretty much happened. But yeah, this is great. I mean, it was kind of tough to follow this. The Kings and Colt and O'Reilly just had a great match. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly had the fans on their side. The fans really wanted to see an upset. A lot of good stuff in this match. But the highlight of this match was when O'Reilly actually had Claudio in like a front face lock, and then Hero was just trying to kick O'Reilly away so he could break the hold, and O'Reilly wouldn't let go. And he just fought it off and kept spitting in Hero's face and just wouldn't let go of the hold. Well, I don't know if he spat in his face, but it just came off really, really well. A lot of drama in this match. Kings of Wrestling, I had a feeling that if they lost this match, we would see kind of a split. That didn't happen. Kings got a nice win over Colt and O'Reilly. I thought this was a very, very good match. Definitely the highlight of the first half of the show by far. All right, so next up we have Cabana and Dave Taylor. These guys, they're bringing in. They should do more with Cabana. It looks like Cabana might be feuding with Christopher Daniels. Now, I think Cabana is in desperate need of, just another blood feud. Just give him something to do. They keep booking him in these European, rules matches. No, not European rules, but European style matchups. And the guy to step up to the plate was Dave Taylor. A lot of you guys might remember Dave Taylor from the WWE. He actually teamed up with William Regal at the Armageddon 2006 ladder match, TLC match, that match of the year, if you guys remember that. But yeah, getting back on topic, yeah, Cabana and Dave Taylor, this is short and sweet, nothing much to talk about. A lot of people are going to complain about the length. I kind of fell asleep to it. I was just kind of tired. It had nothing to do with these guys. I mean, these guys brought it. I thought it was fine for what it was. It wasn't that bad. So next up we have Homicide versus Tomasso Ciampa. A good showing from Homicide. I think Homicide's, getting back into his comfort zone. He worked hard out there, He's doing like a lot of helos and, flips to kind of make up for his lacking conditioning. But you can see, slowly but surely, I think Homicide's getting back in shape. And Ciampa looked pretty good, very, very nice finish. And I thought that finishing sequence was pretty well executed. One of the, just another okay showing from Homicide. So next up we have Michael Elgin and Christopher Daniels. These guys had a really, really good match. Elgin is really impressing people. Even Kevin Kelly brought up the Dr. Death Steve Williams comparison. I know a lot of you guys have been comparing Michael Elgin to Dr. Death Steve Williams, and yeah, great show from him. Another solid show from Christopher Daniels. These guys worked hard. Elgin did some of the same spots he did to El Generico, like ramming him into the steel post. Just a lot of power from Elgin. I think Daniels really did a good job making Elgin look good. So, a really, really solid match there. So next up we had Intermission, and when we got back, Jim Cornette and Davey Richards were in the ring, and Cornette was kind of trying to persuade Davey to challenge Eddie Edwards for the title in an upcoming match, saying that Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards is the biggest draw that ROH could do right now, and while we do promote wrestling, this is still a business, and you should really make the right decision and take this title shot. And Davey was kind of hesitant, and that led out Eddie Edwards to come out. Got a little bit of a confrontation between Eddie and Davey. Now it's pretty much inevitable. Now we'll see Davey versus Eddie. However, there's no clear-cut signs that Davey or Eddie will turn heel, or they'll turn on each other, and one guy will be the clear-cut heel or a clear-cut baby face. It looks like this is going to be a face versus face match, which I'm kind of disappointed about, but kind of makes sense given what happened throughout the rest of the show. What do we have? Next up, we have the women's match. We had Daizze Haze and Nakagawa, the Shimmer Tag Team Champions, taking on Matsumoto and Karihara from the Joshi girls. And this wasn't as good as the match the night before with Sarah Del Rey, but it was still okay. I thought it was decent. Daizze Haze got a lot of heat for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but it was good though. This is probably you're not going to see a better women's match all year on WWE pay-per-view than this. So for women's match, this is still good. But like I said, not quite as captivating as the night before. All right, so let's move on to the next match. We have the Briscoes taking on the All Night Express, the grudge match. This was awesome, man. This really, wow. I mean, there was a sequence in this match, and there was just like, oh my god, like I think Red Titus got both busted open, and then I think Red actually did a sex factor. They're calling it the Sex Factor, I believe, or X Factor. Through a table, and then Jay Briscoe was bleeding like crazy, and then Briscoe was actually, the blood was just pouring out of him, and then the crowd was chanting, "He's hardcore, he's hardcore," and then Jay just like spits the blood into the crowd like it was, Tajiri's mist, and yeah, that was an awesome sequence. And there was just really good brawling with Jay Briscoe and Red Titus. The blood was just, both of their faces were just like crimson masks, and then Kevin Kelly said this is like a Quentin Tarantino movie. And the crowd was just going crazy, just, punch after punch after punch. That was just an awesome exchange. And then Kenny King looked great. He got a hot tag, showed his athleticism. I like this match. Then Jay cut an awesome promo at the end of the match. He cut a great heel promo saying he doesn't give a fuck about the fans. Either cheer us or boo us. It doesn't matter, but we're not losing any more matches. And, I just like to change. I like to change the direction for the Briscoes. Now all of a sudden it's cool to cheer the Briscoes. So, yeah. Yeah, that was good stuff. A 4-star match right there, and I would say this is the best match they had. I think this is slightly better than the Mayhem match, but it's close though. It's really close. All right, next up we have Roderick Strong versus El Generico. Once again, these two guys just delivered a good match. This wasn't as crazy and as over the top as some of their other matches with Roderick doing the sick kick, Generico kicking out, and the backbuster and the brainbuster kick out. It wasn't like a lot of kickouts, but just sweet stuff between these guys. Roderick doing the insecurity, El Generico doing the helo, and the finishing sequence is beautiful with Generico countering the backbreaker into a brainbuster. But yeah, just great booking after this match. Tremendous booking with Christopher Daniels coming out and siding with the House of Truth. It makes total sense because if you look back at the video wire, before Eddie Edwards won the championship, Christopher Daniels was supposed to face Roderick Strong for the belt, and so Daniels was actually reading the Book of Truth in preparation for the match. So whatever, it makes sense because whatever Daniels read, kind of manipulated him into siding with Truth Martini. And Daniels is awesome as a heel. He's definitely a better promo guy as a heel. I mean, watch the shit from 2002, 2003. Daniels was the best on the mic in ROH at that time. So. Besides CM Punk, but yeah, this was a very well done heel turn. I was expecting Roderick to make the save and turn face, but it looks like Roderick and Daniels and the House of Truth are going to be a full blown out heel stable, which I like. They came off like a really dominant heel faction with star power, so I like that. Main event we had the Kings of Wrestling taking on. I'm sorry, not the Kings of Wrestling. This is the main event, Dream Tag Team match. The American Wolves taking on Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. Tag Team Championships were on the line. This was good. It was started off kind of slow. It really took a while to get going. The crowd was kind of dead, but yeah, I mean they just busted their ass. They did a lot of great stuff in this match. They were actually doing a sequence of German suplexes, and then Davey and Eddie countered it, started doing their Germans. It has worked extremely hard out there. I mean, just great stuff from both of these teams. The ending sequence really sets up, an Eddie Edwards, Davey Richards match with Davey actually got kicked into Eddie. Eddie was going for the Achilles lock. Yeah, Eddie is actually going for the Achilles lock, and then Davey just got, Shelton just kind of kicked Davey into him, and then that kind of broke up whatever submission was going on, and then Shelton did his finisher to Davey, and then you know, Davey and Eddie were kind of arguing after the match. But, you know, both these teams got a standing ovation. This is still great. I wouldn't say it was the match of the weekend. I'll still say Roderick and Davey was the best match from this Honor Take Center Stage weekend. So there you go. So, but both of these shows were great. I say night one was a better show, but night two still offered, you know, a lot of great stuff as well.